Hello, this is Mark from I Am Organic Gardening, located in Zone 6B in the state of New Jersey, and I'm standing in front of my Back to Eden garden doing an update for you on the oilseed radishes. It's been exactly 8 days since I planted them into the wood chip mulch, and what you're about to see shortly is what it looked like 8 days ago. You can see that it was just a slight variation between the two, but let's take a closer look. As you know, radishes grow quite quickly in your garden early in the springtime. It's still part of the radish family, the oilseed radish, but you can see those beautiful little radish-shaped leaves growing. There's just so many in the wood chip mulch. I actually put down a lot of seed in this area because I didn't know how much would come up that quickly, and I want this experiment to work. The reason I'm doing this is because I want to rid of weeds early in the spring in the garden, because the daikon radish or oilseed radishes, they're called two different names. They're also called tillage radishes too. Now that when this dies after a couple good freezes later on, when it grows up to be a little bit mature, and hopefully it will, it'll look like about the size of a carrot that's at least 4 to 5 inches long, and it will help me control the weeds early in the springtime. Now the other reason I'd like to do this is because I want to punch a couple holes in the ground manually here by those radishes by growing in the ground for this reason. Now it has rained at least 4 days out of the 8 days that these radishes have been growing. And you can see here that it's collecting very nicely right in front of me where I moved the wood chips away, and it's a ponding effect right there. Hopefully those tillage radishes will again get down to that clay soil, because that's what I'm growing my Back to Eden garden on, is a nice hard packed clay soil. And the only way to open it up is through having roots of any kind of plant going down through the soil. Now the pathways obviously don't have any roots in it, but now it will in this fall, and hopefully open it up. Now here's a view right down the row of all those oilseed radishes growing. So hopefully they'll do well. We got a lot of cold weather coming up, and hopefully they do not freeze off. Now I pulled these two out of the ground here. You can see, now here's the level that it was at right now, and you can see that the root's about, let's say, 2 to 3 inches long. But that's only after 8 days that has grown this much from a tiny little seed that's right here on the bottom here into this lovely plant within 8 days. What I want to talk about now is worms helping out decompose the wood chips and creating holes in the ground. They do a fantastic job with that. But when you get a lot of flooded situations for a long period of time, now it hasn't rained in 2 days, and you can see that that puddle is still there and not going down into that hard clay. Now those worms will leave, or actually seek higher ground and go somewhere else. Now a lot of them will be picked up by birds and be eaten. They'll move off site for a while, then come back. Now those holes still remain, but you can see here that that water is not going away because there's not that many worms in the ground. Now these wood chips have been in this area for at least 3 years. Now there's a lot of things that have happened. Again, this is on top of really hard clay soil, and that's what I'm working at. That's why I decided way back when I first started with the Back to Eden garden, is to actually put some raised beds in there, and that's what you see, those 3 green rows that grow my crops very nicely in. But I am still struggling to try to figure out a way, and I don't want to insult anybody, but it comes down to is how do you solve the problem about having these wood chips in aisleways that will actually help drain off the soil or build soil. Without roots going in the ground and the help of worms, there's really no other way. So it's just putting the wood chips on top of soil just doesn't build soil. You have to have the other ingredients in the ground, meaning the worms must be a massive amount in helping you out, or you have to have a living root in the ground to open up that soil. Now, why, you ask, why will the daikon radish grow in the ground? Because that layer of wood chips that used to be a foot thick is only about, say, 3 to 4 inches thick now. And it has created, let's say, just wood chip mulch. I want to thank you very much for watching today's video. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe. And when you get a chance, give it a thumbs up. Now, I hope this is interesting to you. I'm always trying to search for new ways to improve. I love to talk to other gardeners and other farmers. There's never a bad idea out there about how to garden or how to farm. It always has to be heard, and then just try it for a while. And then some people might get good results and some people might get bad results. But it's always your garden. You choose the method that you like and enjoy doing, because that's the whole thing about gardening, is to enjoy it and to go out there. And always, you are never failing. As soon as you put that seed in the ground, and even if it grows an inch, you are a successful gardener. It doesn't have to produce fruit. It would be nice that it does, but you also are learning to do something and improving on your quality of your garden every year. So enjoy your day, and I'll see you again shortly. Thanks.